All right. So last week, the party was awoken in the middle of the night by a herd of boars stampeding through their camp. And after defeating the boars, they continued their journey towards Mist Lake by going to the city of Matria. Just outside of Matria, they were confronted by some gnolls who they avoided fighting thanks to a intimidating shout that was supplemented by a spell that was cast by Fakes, the bard. And then we went into Mist Lake, attempted to find anybody that was helpful. Mostly didn't until we reached the middle. Once we were in the middle, we were able to come across a person who needed some help because a band of gnolls had taken his father's ring. In exchange for returning the ring, he offered a map. So we went and we tracked down the gnolls, and as we approached the gnolls, Fakes turned himself into a gnoll, and the party pretended to be handcuffed and walked up to the gnolls. And despite none of us speaking gnoll, the party was able to get into the midst of the gnolls. And then when they attempted to disarm us, we killed all the gnolls. Karnath only dropped one party member instead of two. Did I drop two the week before?
I believe so.
Anyway, it was only one this week. So from there, we recovered the ring from the gnolls captain, took it back and traded it for the map that you see there, which mostly just tells us where these towns are. And now we proceed on using the map towards Mist Lake, going through the Townwood and presumptively through the town of Esmeralda, or the region of Esmeralda, whichever that is.
So you find yourselves right on the edge of Matria. There is a transitional area that starts to become green space. And you see a small encampment where there are two other folks camping out. One robed figure named Handuk, Brother Handuk, and a monkish-looking fellow named Albert Fish, who seems to be struggling with perspective. He's looking for the right perspective. Then he's found it. He's like any monk. He's always on the move. Introduce yourselves. Handuk. Brother Handuk.
Yes, hello, I'm Handuk. I am a brother of the priesthood of Matria. I encourage you highly to take the Matrian oath at your soonest possible convenience. I will help you in any way possible if you can help this world just live. So I ask of you, travelers, are you heading towards Mist Lake, perhaps?
We are indeed heading towards Mist Lake.
We are also fans of living and the earth living, so I think we might get along.
Yes.
Some of us.
Yes.
Karnath maybe.
Feel that sometimes these roads can be quite dangerous, and for me to join up with such people as you to travel to Mist Lake would be quite beneficial. As you see, I have nothing really to offer except my kindness and my healing arts.
We'll take.
You are too kind.
Some of us recently took a scrap with Knowles, and as you
Oh.
see the cuts and scrapes, what can your healing balms do?
Ah, yes, yes. Let me see them. Let me see them.
Havel been beat up 6 or 7 times.
It's in my nature.
Havel is really good at getting beat up.
Can I see his? And my character busts out his little healing kit, and do you have actually hit points you want me to cast a spell type stuff?
You guys have a long rest here, right on the edge
Yeah,
before you
like,
set foot.
you
So
just leveled up, so you should be full health.
yeah,
Symbolically, though, my character does heal you.
there you go. Symbolically.
Symbolically. No statistical changes. But.
All right. Again, the area you are in is right on. Think of a scrubland, a densely populated, dusty scrubland that is transitioning to a green space where it starts with shrubbery, starts with sticker bushes, and gets more and more dense and more green. But there is a road heading towards Mist Lake. Your quarry, your passenger, your customer, the alderman, cannot wait to get home. That's all he wants.
You want to use my laptop?
Do we know anything about Mist Lake that we've learned so far on our way there yet? Size, anything like compared to the other 2 towns that we've been in so far, or anything like that?
I don't think anyone's asked.
All right, well, we'll do that next chance we get.
Alexa, play WAP. Max volume.
Yeah, why don't you ask the Alderman, Barabesh?
Alderman, what do you know about Mist Lake?
Well, it's where I grew up. What would you like to know?
When did you leave?
Well, I left as most young men do. I left when it was time to start my own life, and I was 16 when I set out from our family fishing farm. We would fish. We lived very peacefully, and I went to make my fortune in Broadwalk. And as you know, with fortune comes danger, and I'm tired, and I just don't have the stomach for it anymore, and I'd just like to go back to my simple life, fishing.
Yeah, and how long ago do you think Mist Lake is much different now? Has it been a long time? Or do you think it would pretty much be how you remembered it?
What would change? It's a fishing, we fished. What are you going to do? Change fish? I don't know. I can't imagine. It seems like it would be the same.
That's I'm open to moving to getting on the road, headed towards there.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Albert Fish. The constantly moving Albert Fish. Unmute yourself. You may be muted.
Sorry about that. I had changed devices. That wasn't working.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off the music.
All right. We're going to Albert Fish. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Albert Fish. I am the crustiest, ugliest elf you have ever seen. I am very dirty. I am very short. even for an elf. And yeah, that's about it.
Congratulations for being the crustiest elf that we've ever seen.
Oh, you're welcome.
What direction are you headed, Mr. Fish?
I'm heading with this old, annoying man. He keeps talking to me about religion and stuff, but I'm not all that interested.
You should take the oath.
No. We should have more faith in yourself. Gods only disappoint and let you down.
Well, give you great inspiration. And,
Sounds like every
and
monk
light.
I've ever met.
Oaths get dicey. They get too dicey.
Some oaths get broken.
And some oaths you wish you could break.
Well, my
You can.
commitment to the Matrian Oath is 100%. And I'm 64 years old, and I've never seen anything that was a better idea than for me to take the Matrian Oath. Huh.
Is there any way you can invert me, Jay? Or sorry, World?
Nope.
Nope. Am I completely upside down?
You're sideways.
Just side.
Typical monk.
Right.
Typical monk, side of the tree, walking
on.
around.
Okay, so I'm going to make sure to be looking around, sort of using my experience and training to see if anybody is sneaking up upon us out in the woods. I get a 13.
Yeah, it's tough having the young punk. There always seems to be one with some sort of lute or instrument in these camps, singing some song. But no, you don't see anything right now. You don't. You're right on the edge. But maybe in the morning as you move. Maybe when you move into the forest, you'll see something. Bearbash has the great lighting. Looks like campfire light.
Indeed.
It really does look great. All right, so you guys camp, and the next morning, you wake up, and it is morning, and you enter the forest. The first thing you notice is the first couple of hours you are in bamboo forest. It is very new shoots of bamboo. This is not old growth forest. You've heard about the tall wood. You've heard about the Council on Shared Economic Prosperity looking to log and clear the lands to both provide wood for Harboron, and that region is in demand of the high quality wood, as well as Matria, which is desperate to expand to get open farmland to help feed their people. Handuk, you know how desperate a situation it is. Just every day for your 64 years, creating food, creating water for as many people as possible, and yet they are constantly hungry. They are constantly thirsty. There is no end in sight. Most of your job for 40 years was just creating food and water. But if you could just clear this forest and create farms, you could feed the people.
The birds
Feed the people.
will not miss the forest. They will just move into Matria. We will treat the birds so well. If I could make a bird sing the Matrian oath, I would.
That seems very short-sighted. It seems like only the short-sightedness of a young 50, 60-year-old monkey could have.
Says the elf.
These trees are older than your people's grandparents. How could you think to chop them down? There's something...
Nobody even knows how old Mother Portibus is. So how can you say that?
What?
No one knows how old Mother Portibus is. So how can you say a tree is older than Mother Portibus?
I said your grandparents, not your mother porpoise.
On you go. Slowly. Someone do. Who's your perceiver? Who's your scout?
Barabash.
Barabash.
If you need a scout, I'd probably be the best scout that there is.
Well, would you like to scout ahead, or would you like to do some
If Fish wants to scout ahead, I will. You know what, Fish? You just joined the party. You want to prove yourself. You make yourself useful. You feel free.
Fish goes out ahead.
Do you guys have
never comes
longbows?
back. No.
What?
Do you guys have longbows that you got from people like a week ago?
No. You can tell I have nothing. I have no weapons at all.
No, not you. The existing party.
I have little to nothing. I probably would
I've
have.
got tridents.
Longbows are valuable, guys.
This is why we brought you. This is good. This is why you're here.
But look, we're going to Mist Lake. A trident is perfect for fishing there. Although I don't eat fish or meat.
Fish. Roll perception.
Passive?
What is your passive perception?
15.
You how familiar are you with these parts, this forest?
Well, I'm an orphan that grew up in Haberon.
Okay, so you don't. This is a different type of forest entirely. Something feels like home to you. The isolation, the density. This is a different type of forest from that northern, less. It's more sparse, more soft woods in Harboron, more cone trees, pine trees. This is a much denser. You can feel the humidity. You can feel the air is heavier here. But you realize, and Barabash as well. Barabash, what is your home environment? You're a druid, right?
Yeah, isolation, woods.
Okay. So both of you, roughly the same time, and Fish is 100 yards or so ahead, but roughly the same time, you start to keenly sense that you are not alone and you are being watched. And slowly, you start to sense eyes.
What's that?
First 2 eyes, then 4, then 40, then more.
Mother Matriarch.
May I attempt to hide?
You can attempt to hide, sure.
We're all close together still, right? Is only Fish 100 yards up?
Yes, only Fish is ahead.
Okay.
That would be a 9.
Okay. You're pretty confident that you're hidden, and you're definitely not.
Okay.
Arbash.
I would like to. Can we see what it is yet? Can we tell the type of animal?
They're yellow eyes. They're low to the ground. Yellow, wide eyes. Set far apart.
Okay.
Or they seem both intelligent and primal, if that is possible.
So it's more than a beast. I'm getting the sense that it's more than a beast.
It's something not quite beast-like. Something sentient. And there are many of them.
Can we attempt communication?
You can attempt communication.
All right, is anybody know a lot of languages?
I do speak a few languages. I was sent to the Matrian School of Brotherly Knowledge. And let me see here. I speak Dwarven, Celestial, and
I'm going to say who goes there in Primordial.
Oh my, these are what is upon us?
They speak back to you in common. Who's there? Who?
Let's put our weapons down and act friendly.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Don't put them down. Just put them away.
Yeah, I am Karnath, and these are my companions.
Companions! They're his companions. Companions. What a wonderful word. Companions. You hear companions whispered back through, almost like a wave. Companions. And then it comes back, washes back towards you. Companions.
Tell them about Marshy.
What?
Another fun one is Marshy. We learned that one not too long ago. You like words?
You're marshes. You don't look like marshes. They're companions. Oh, they're marshes. Marshes. Marshes.
What does marshes mean?
We never learned.
You did. Marshes means it is a slang for backward people who are cowardly.
Okay. So that was an insult.
Yeah,
It's definitely an insult.
I'll say he's a marshy and point my thumb at Havel.
And I will speak up loudly to the creatures in the dark that we seek passage and not a fight.
Passage.
I'm gonna whisper in. We'll try Elvish and see. Does anybody have a light that they could cast so we can see these guys better?
It's not so much a light. I know I'm showing a black background here. It is just a deep camouflage that they have. They blend in so well to their environment. And really, the yellow eyes is what you mainly see. But occasionally, you notice that each of them is dressed slightly differently. There's a hodgepodge of colors and patches and clothes, and some of them have armor, some of them have weapons. And there's no order, there's no rhyme, there's no reason. There is just wide variation.
How many pairs of eyes are there?
There are many. You can't tell.
I think this is a clan, and we could maybe convince them that they like us. I don't know. I'm getting a friendly vibe.
I would say we mean you no harm. Maybe we can just go through.
Harm?
No harm.
He said barn.
Harm. 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 Harm.
No harm.
Harm. Harm. Harm. Harm. Harm. Harm. Harm. Harm. Harm. Harm. Harm. Harm.
I say in Elvish, this is bad, guys.
What
Someone
brings
try a
you-
bigger word.
What brings you here?
Oh,
You do not belong here.
we're traveling through.
Through. On whose orders?
The
We're
Aldermans.
returning somebody to their home.
Home. This is our home. Home. Our
Well,
home.
his home is on the other side of your home.
You will come with us. You
Where
will
are
come
you
with
going?
us. You will come with us. And suddenly you see the eyes just sort of shift around and create an open space forward through off of the main path and down what looks to be a much thinner, much less obvious path with many ferns in the way, so that it's almost it's the type of path that you would never even notice. But now that their eyes are sort of separating and making it obvious to you, you see where they want you to walk.
Could I speak up and offer them a trade? Maybe we can give them a gift for passage. Or is this happening?
You can speak up. You're right there.
Yeah, well, we won a couple tridents. Looks like you guys, maybe there's some ponds you could fish in. We could give you a gift. You let us get to our friend's home.
A gift. Gift. Yes, gifts. Yes. And suddenly, almost out of nowhere, one of the tridents is snatched from you. Ooh, yes. A gift. Yes. This is very good. Trade.
Yes.
Oh, it's passed. You see the trident passed back 100 feet through the forest floor, and each little hop that it takes, you hear a little exclamation, a little ooh, a little ah. Ooh, oh, mine, no, mine, mine, stabby, mine. Yes, gift, good, gift.
So now,
Yes. What is your name? Gift, sir. Gift, sir. What is your name?
you can call me Barabash.
Barabash. Barabash. Barabash. Barabash. Barabash. Barabash. Barabash. Barabash. Barabash. Barabash. Gift. Yes. Yes, Barabash. Gift. Good, Barabash. Yes, sir. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Yes. Where do you want to go?
Mist Lake.
Yeah, that one.
Yes. Yes. Friend? Companion.
Companions, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Goodbye, companion.
All right. I name you friend, and we're on our way.
Friend, companion. Gift. Yes. Barabash. And you move on.
You picked up another gaggle of strange creatures, Barabash.
Not my first.
Not your first rodeo.
Nah, you see some things.
If only it were. I say,
Right.
clearly recalling the past.
Okay, so a day through, well, for 4 hours you go through this dense, lush, new growth bamboo, and around noon you start to get into a much deeper, lush rainforest, temperate rainforest. You get into things start to open up a little bit. And the forest floor is covered in moss and in ferns and all of those kind of things. But the trees start to get more mature, and you get into just a very old, progressively larger and deeper and more primordial forest.
So it's kind of feeling like somehow familiar and home-like.
Very much so. Very much so for you.
For me as well, I assume.
Are you an elf?
I'm like sort of barbarianish, just like way out in the wilderness, tribes and such.
Okay. Yeah.
You're Dragonborn, right, Karnath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm a blue dragonborn,
Cool.
and I look.
yeah.
Like-
So okay. So you're a blue dragonborn, which this isn't. This is not. You actually are more at home in the areas where you have cliffs and you have the sea sort of hit the fjord lands and those kind of areas. So, you're much more comfortable in a thunderstorm and those kind of places, rocky cliffs, things like that, versus something like this, which is much more inland forest than that.
Okay.
It all feels alien to me. No roof.
Yes.
Yes.
Much. This place. I wouldn't want to tell those frog creatures, but this place needs to be plowed down and put good, resourceful plots of land here, so that people can live, not frogs.
Well, for you, Handuk, you haven't spent this much time with this few people in decades. It's almost
terrifying out there.
Almost too open. It's almost you almost have a fear, like the fear of heights, right?
There's
Where
so
it's
many
too
bugs.
open, and you things you don't smell are the comforting ammonia of chicken shit,
Yes.
and the comforting smell of humanity and livestock. All of those things are replaced by this almost sickly clean chloroform smell that you are that you hear about in these glowing terms, and yet this is too much. This is
people can't live here.
This is both your senses are both starved and overwhelmed with the openness. Now, to everyone else, this is a very dense forest, and you're having to step over everything, and there's moss. But to you, this is very different.
I don't like it. It's almost a complete waste of land. When we could grow food for more people. Yeah. Almost a complete waste.
Indeed. Okay, the path is gentle. It's flat. It's gentle. This is pretty easy going. As you enter, let's say 3 p.m. You hear vague sounds in the distance, like Is that an owl? Is that a woodpecker? You hear vague sounds of nodding, knocking on trees, on wood. But you don't see a lot on the road. There aren't a lot of people. This is a stark contrast from the road from Broadwalk to Matria, where you had this sort of stream of young people flowing out of Matria and up to Broadwalk to make their fortune. This is nothing like that. You're not encountering people going the direction you're going. You're not encountering people coming back. You're not seeing footprints. You're not seeing hoof prints. It's very quiet, with the exception of the sounds of wildlife and of birds and things like that.
Orman, how
Do we
how
see-
close are we? Sorry.
He's not sure. He thinks you can get there tomorrow.
Okay.
Here's what he says. I mean, it was years ago. I was 16, and I remember that whole. Well, I didn't go this way. First of all, I didn't really go this way, but I had been in this area, and I remember heading to Broadwalk, just thinking about all of the things I was going to do, all of the people I was going to meet, the fortune I was going to make, the heaviness of the bag of gold, and isn't that funny, as I say, that no one ever carries gold in Broadwalk, but I remember that's all I could think about, was being weighed down with a purse full of gold coins. I remember that so much.
Did you?
And the
did you feel
miles
this way
melted
before we
by.
beat you up?
What?
Did you feel this way before we beat up you and your henchmen? Or
Well,
did we really hammer it down?
Broadwalk is an exhausting place. I will say that you burst my bubble. I'd been on the grind for so long, trying to get ahead, stay alive, that I didn't stop to think about just how exhausting it all was. But what I will say for you guys is you woke me up to that. And that rat race, and true rats, like rats. I don't miss it. I kind of miss it, but I know I don't miss it, but I kind of miss it. Maybe I'll go back. Maybe we should go back. Maybe this was a mistake.
Carnath, you want to handle him trying to go back? That seems more him. You were Havel.
I'm going to vote no on going back, as long as we're going to have that conversation.
Yeah, as long as the gold is still there, unless, the gold.
That place is expensive, and there's no way to make any money.
Once we get you there, you can do whatever you want.
Sometimes I just want to fish.
Well, you can do plenty of that in Mist Lake. Let's keep going.
And sometimes I want to gamble.
I'm a fish.
We could, you know what, Alderman, we should just go. We should just go to Miss Lee.
True. Okay. All right, we shall go on.
Hey, world, are there any tracks on this road?
Yeah, you're not seeing any tracks. That is, and what you're wondering is, this is not exactly your home region, but what you're wondering is the forest so teeming with plant life that any tracks would sort of be covered within a day or so. You're pretty confident that nothing has walked through here in the past couple of days, but there's so much moss over everything. There's so much just... especially as an elf, right? You're one of the few in the party that can appreciate this. You see just how fast things can go. Your sense of time is totally different. So you're seeing how the forest reclaims everything pretty quickly. So you're thinking that you're pretty certain nothing has been through here in the last couple of days. Nothing that would leave a track.
I'm going to specifically keep my eye out for something like a deer or elk track, something that stands out and is like actually like a deep track, very easy to identify.
Okay. You're not seeing a lot of that.
Are the Teenage Mutant Ninja frogs still with us?
They are not. They allowed you to go.
Well, let's just continue cautiously.
Yeah, I will. I've trusted Barabash to lead me through the woods before, so I'm going to trust him to lead us through the woods again.
All right, let's go.
All right. You continue on for another hour, and then something very foreign happens. You hear a couple of sounds. You've sort of gotten into the rhythm. And the forest is sort of adjusted to your presence. So you're now hearing the birds and the crickets and the frogs and the various life forms. They have a rhythm, but then you hear someone do a perception check.
That would be a 20.
Okay, you are being shot at.
All right.
All right, we're being shot at. By what?
Roll initiative. You can't tell yet.
I got 15.
12 for Havel.
20 for Karnath.
What do I do for this?
Push the initiative button on your character sheet.
Help me. Oh, I see. 12, 14.
14 also.
Okay, who's got what? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
14 for Barabash.
14 for Handuk.
All right, you guys roll off. Can anyone beat a 14?
I'm a 20, so
And I'm a 15.
And I'm a 12.
Okay,
All right.
20 wins it. You're up.
we don't see anybody. We're just getting shot at by arrows. Correct?
Arrows.
Okay.
You say arrows or darts?
Arrows, for sure.
I'm going to take the dodge action and try to stand near the alderman with my shield out. So until the start of my next turn, any attack roll made against me has disadvantage. And I make dexterity saving throws with advantage. And that's what I do, because I can't see shit.
Okay, who's next? 15?
All right. What direction are they coming in from?
You're gonna have to do a more. What was your perception?
20.
Yeah, so they're definitely coming from the your 10 o'clock.
All right. As my bonus action, I'm going to do Step of the Winds. Use a key. Now, this is a bonus action, so I'll move my full as a dash My full. What am I at? I guess 90 feet as a dash straight toward there. And 90 feet, do I get close enough to see anything?
You definitely do. Now you see that there are, they are. I wouldn't. There's something close to humanoid, but more snake-like, and they do have bows, and they are hidden sort of behind trees, and they are shooting at you.
How close to me?
So you're now within 30 feet of them.
30 feet?
Yep.
All right. Guess I'll throw a dart.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'll take my action as a full action and dash back and tell these guys what I saw.
Okay. Good. All right. Great. You guys are being shot.
Actually, I won't.
2 14s.
I won't.
Sorry, go ahead.
I won't dash back. I'll just move back 45 feet, and then. Yeah, I guess look for a place to hunker down and try to get cover.
All right. Did you call out, or what did you tell them?
Snake-like guys, 75 feet in front of me, hiding behind trees, shooting bows at us.
Okay. Who's next?
I had 14. Who else had 14?
Duke had 14, but I'll defer mine, and you just go before me.
Okay. I'm going to wild shape into a brown bear.
Okay.
So can I do anything else now?
Yeah, you can still move and attack because you're moon druid.
Okay. I will move up kind of adjacent to Mr. Fish and hunker down with him there and kind of see if they make a move towards us.
All right. They are shooting, but okay. You're hunkering down, taking some cover. Got it. Who's next?
I am going to. I'm going to move up with Barabash and Fish. I have a very terrified look on my face as I'm doing this, and I'm staying real low. So I'm a really old man who's getting real low.
Hello.
But I'm not as fast as these guys, so I'm behind them a little bit.
Yep.
I'm trying to take cover.
Okay. Just then, you hear phew, phew, phew. And we have 3 misses. One of the arrows, though, you see sticks into a fallen log nearby Fish, and you see what appears to be some sort of liquid on the arrow tip. But it misses you. Okay. Who's next?
That should be me. And I will take my Warhammer out as I get my son a cookie here. And I'll say, finally, this trip has been so boring. and I will. So I'm a short little guy, so I'll bonus action rage myself and start shouting and running towards the direction everybody else ran. And I'll use my action to dash, so I go 70 feet or so.
Difficult terrain. Difficult terrain for you, and so you're going to be halved.
So I'll be really behind, but I will try to yell and shout and be as loud and as noxious as possible to draw their attention.
Got it. Okay. What initiative are we on now? Is that everybody? We back top of the order?
Let's start. Yeah.
Top of the order.
I'm going to tell the alderman to duck behind something and then
You know he does.
continue to cover him and continue to be dodging
Okay.
because that's a long way for me to go
It is.
before I can be useful. So
All right. Who's next?
I'll also be, if I can just like continue to look, see if somebody's coming at us from another direction.
You don't see anything like that currently.
All right, I guess that's my turn. I'm going to move up 45
Mm-hmm.
feet. And so... Actually, I'm going to dash. Going to spend a key point and dash forward up to 1. And hit him.
Okay. Good. Go ahead and you get up to 1 and you are able to attack it.
Ooh, that's not good. That would be a 11.
That's a hit.
Oh, that's a hit.
It's a hit.
This is with my short sword. That would be 9 points of damage.
That's good. It is hit. I would not say it was all that hurt, but it is hit.
And that is all.
All right, so it says that I can go 40 feet. Am I within range to attack? I was at the same point that Fish was.
You fish dashed though, so he moved twice.
Yeah, he's a monk. He can move pretty easily.
Okay,
What is
So
your
I can-
move? Are you a 30-foot move guy?
40 foot.
He's a 40-foot bear now.
Oh yeah, this is not difficult terrain for you at all.
So could I get there?
You can get there. Yes.
Okay, I would like to get there and claw attack the same guy that Fish did. So I'm going to, run up, go on my hind legs, swipe down with that attack. And now it says 2d6 plus 4. So I just rolled d6 twice and then add
If you
4
hit
there.
them, you have to roll a 20 first.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You have to attack him first with your
Oh, I have
D20.
Oh, I have to attack him with the d20. Okay.
That's
Yep.
right.
So click the hit/DC button if it's on that. Otherwise, just roll a D20 and add proficiency and the bear's strength. Druids are complicated.
So 18 plus proficiency 2 is 20 And then
what's
bear
the bear strength bonus?
plus 4. So that's 24.
There you go.
The hit. Roll damage. A good solid swipe.
All right.
How much damage?
Oh, I did 24. I got.
Now you roll the 2d6 plus 4.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Now you've got to roll damage, right?
Now, as a bear, don't you have 2 or 3 attacks? Don't you have at least 1 or 2 claws and 1 bite?
Yeah, so I just did the claws. I rolled 4. I rolled 6 plus. What do I add to it? 4, so 10.
Yeah, it's a good hit. Same one that Fish was on?
Yes.
Good. Okay. That one is now pulling out a scimitar to fight the two of you in hand to hand. Who's next?
Let's get a Fish.
Duke. All right, I'm going to. I'm just going to move up as far as I can without exposing myself to like, easy shots or anything, and prepare to help my companions, the bear and the fish.
Okay, very good.
Next.
Who's next? That is them. So, okay.
It's not Havel.
I don't. What?
Abel
Havel.
went last.
Yeah, Havel's last, I think.
Yeah. I'm last as the snakes.
All right, they roll. They're going after Fish. What's your armor class, Fish?
17. They're going after me with what?
Scimitars. Or actually no, the one is going after you with a scimitar. The other two are behind other trees. They're 20 feet away from the two of you, and they're still firing cover fire to keep the others. So they've now identified that there is a healer, and they are smart enough to know that that's a problem, and they are going after Handuk.
What?
What's your armor class?
My armor class is 9.
Well, you do have cover, so
Yeah, I said I was, moving up in cover.
yep, you are in cover. They have one hit, and that is going to do 4 points of damage, and you have to save versus poison.
Okay, right.
It's a DC 13
Constitution.
poison save. Constitution, yeah.
All right, here it comes. Oh, 18.
All right. You feel the sting. You feel the unnatural sting of some sort of venom, but you are able to save from that.
Nice.
Okay, so you were hit once. That is their turn. Havel.
All right, so I'm pretty far away. I will try to dash up and get next to Handuk if I can.
You're able to get to Handuk, yeah.
All right, and I will shove his shoulder down to the ground and tell him, "Get down, old man." And I will stand over him, trying to be partially as covered as I can, and protect the old fragile cleric that is almost in the middle.
I speak dwarf, by the way, too. So.
I say it in dwarf.
Awesome.
Only we understand.
Top of the order.
I guess I technically have a crossbow that I haven't used at all. We could give that the old college try. But actually, I'm going to continue defending the alderman and taking the dodge action. Because that's our job.
Yes, sir.
Okay, protect the alderman. Who's next?
Me.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to stab Mr. Scimitar with my short sword.
Yes.
All right, and that is a 13.
That's a hit.
Ooh, that would be at 10 points.
Okay.
Is he still alive?
He is still alive, but he is hurt.
All right, bonus action. I'm going to give him a left hook. Ooh, that would be a 20. Not natural.
That's a hit, obviously.
And that would be an additional 5 more points.
Very hurt. Very, very hurt.
And that would be all.
Okay. Next, Bear Bash, right?
Yeah, so that's me. So quick question. I see here that I have a multi-attack action, and that's saying that I get 1 bite and 1 claw attack each. Is that
That's
on
right.
top of a D20?
No, you roll a d20 for each of those attacks. You roll a hit for each of those attacks. So you're
Okay.
gonna roll. Yep.
So he's very hurt, right? He's very
He's very hurt.
Okay. We'll just do the claw then and try to get this guy down. So I'll roll d20. That's 18. And
It's a hit.
then 2d6 4. That's 11. So 18 plus 11. 29.
Damage, or what is that? There's two separate attacks. You're rolling to hit on each one.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So the 11 is a miss. The other is a hit.
Is he still standing?
How much damage did you do on your hit?
So the d20 was 18. The d6 was 7.
Hold on. What?
The d20 was 18, and when I did
Okay, so
d6,
you hit. Okay.
the 2d6 was 7.
That's your damage roll. So you did 7 points of damage.
Okay, is he alive?
He's still alive.
Okay.
Who's next? Is it them?
Handuk.
Handuk.
I'm after Bowerbash.
Mm-hmm.
I stand up. I say in Dwarvish, which means I am going to command them from the might of the gods of Matria that you shall, pardon me, you shall drop. And I cast command.
What's your range on that?
If it's far enough. Hold on a sec. It is 60 feet.
And how many feet away were you?
I wasn't all the way up in the front, but me and Pavel moved up.
We'll say right on the edge, and you can do a command on the one that is in melee with Barabash and with Fish.
In the name of the life of Matria, I order you to halt.
Okay. What
So
kind
the
of
target does not move. Doesn't take any actions.
gets a save?
Yes, it gets to save DC 13 Wisdom.
Oh, that's right on the edge. It just makes it.
Aye. Okay.
And it looks back. And it looks at the bear, and it sees the bear is a problem. And it takes 2 slashes with this scimitar. Oh! And one of them is a... What's your armor class as a bear?
So that's 11 natural.
And then he misses with... He tries to bite you. Okay. You take a strike with the ugly curved blade of the scimitar with some sort of strange green liquid on it, and you take 6 points. 6 points of regular damage plus save versus poison, or take 7 points of poison damage.
All right, how do I save?
You're gonna roll a d20.
And I rolled a 15.
Okay, you're gonna save.
Bunch of savers in this crew. Poison ain't working.
That's right.
It's not working, but we're just getting started. Poison works slow sometimes. Who's next? Havel.
So, if my dwarven mathematics is correct, I could
Dwarven mathematics.
I could dash up there. I still wouldn't be in contact because I'd be like 110, 115 feet total, whatever. So I think I will say in Dwarvish, do duck, which means stay back. I'll run up behind the bear and the monk, and I'll do my frenzy. Or I have to rage again. Excuse me, because I wasn't attacked. And I will, as a bonus action, I'll put my frenzy in there. So next turn, when I get up there, I can attack something.
All right.
Twice, and I will continue to yell and shout and try to draw attention.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Just then, you hear, phew, phew, and 2 arrows come out from undercover at you. Your armor class is... What's your armor class?
Are you asking me?
Yep.
18.
1 hit.
This is a save.
So 6 points and save. DC 13 versus poison.
Martin, remember you're a dwarf when you're saving against poison.
Yes, this is con, right?
Yes.
Yes, and it's so I have advantage against poison because I'm a dwarf. So I'll fail the first one, and then we'll roll a 12. So I think I get it.
You fail. It's a 13.
Fail. My dwarvenness.
You're poisoned. 7 points of slow poison. It's going to hit you each round. 7 points per round.
Ooh.
It's tough.
This dwarf shall not fall while I am the priest around here.
Where are we? Top of the order?
Top of the order.
Top of the order. Who's first?
Garnath.
Havel.
No, Havel just went. Carnath.
I will
Dragonbone.
continue to protect the...
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right.
He's hurt. But
We
he's
got to
alive.
finish this guy.
I'm shanking him. And that would be a hit, I'm sure. It's 22.
Mm-hmm.
The shank does 9 points of damage.
Still alive, but very hurt.
All right. And bonus action, I'm giving him another left hook. Ooh. That'd be a 11.
Miss.
All right.
Next.
So you're telling me this guy's still breathing?
He's still breathing.
All right, I'll do this multi-attack thing then. This is cool. So I'm going to do, again, hind legs. I'm going to, get the bite and the claws. We're going to really dig into this lizard here. So I do but I'll do D20 and then I do it for both. I do both of these things.
Yep.
D1, D8.
You roll to hit for each attack.
So I
you
roll D20 twice.
Yes.
All right.
Each one of them has to hit.
All right. So the first D20 was 5.
Miss.
Okay. Clear it in. This one is for the claws. That's also a 5.
That's a miss. He slithers his way around. Yes. Handook. Are you next?
Okay, I'm going to look over it. It looks like my newly acquainted dwarf has been poisoned to me.
He has.
All right. I can't take this. I hate to see. Dwarves are almost like humans. So I go over to him and I say, by the power of the bosom of Matria, heal this poison from his very dwarvish veins. And I cast Lesser Restoration, one of my 2nd level spells. Cast. All right. So you touch a creature. I go up to him.
Yep. Yeah, you guys are
exposing myself to more danger. But this is for life.
No, because you're not. Yes, that's true.
'Cause I was in cover before.
Yeah, he is.
He's right next to you, though, right? Where he moved up a little bit.
I thought he moved up again.
Yeah. He moved up. But you guys are kind of in clusters, right? There's the Barabash fish cluster engaged. There's the Havel and Handook slow advance, and then there's the Karnath and Alderman, Lochtamar, whatever his name is, in the back, hunkering down, protecting the package.
All right, so the condition of poisoned is removed from him.
Good.
Boom.
You are no longer poisoned. That is a good thing. Right. Barabash, you take three attacks. 2 hit, 7 points each, and save versus poison. You're going to be at a disadvantage. Functionally, let's not say that. I don't want to confuse you. You're gonna be potentially poisoned twice. You can only get this
Save
poison once, but you're gonna save twice. From all practical and purposes, you're gonna have to save both of these, or you will be poisoned.
Okay, and I took 14 total already, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so do I roll d20 once?
You're gonna roll it once, then you're gonna roll it again, and you have to get you gotta pass a Constitution check 13.
So I just got 14 on the first one.
That's a pass.
All right, we're gonna roll the second one now, and it is a 3.
All right, you are poisoned. You take 7 additional points of damage from the poison, and that will happen every round.
Okay.
Next.
Quick question. If I'm poisoned and I lose my health as a bear and I revert back to the like humanoid form, am I still poisoned or does it expire?
That's a good question, and I'm going to say that it goes away. It does go away. You've got all that hardcore bear testosterone coursing through your veins.
Right.
So your entire chemistry would change when you change back. Okay. Phew, phew. Arrows plunk next to you, Havel, hitting the trees next to you and not hitting.
I don't even notice.
All right, I think it's your turn.
Yes, I will shrug off the hand of the cleric in my frenzied rage, and run off, but give him a salute with the warhammer as I go, and hopefully within range of this very damaged snake man. If I have to dash, I can, because I can still attack as a bonus action. Yes. No.
Are you sneaking? Is that what you said?
You only get an attack with a bonus action when you use your attack to make an action.
Okay. Well, if I can get there without dashing, I will, if I can.
Okay, so let me do some math here. We're gonna say you can get to. You're trying to get to the same one that is in hand to hand.
Yes.
All right, you can get to that one.
Perfect. We'll unleash 2 hammer blows right to the side of his head. The first one's a 14, which should hit. That should hit. Let me get my dice. Bada bing. That'll be 7 points of damage.
He's dead.
Bam.
He falls. Oh, the scimitar falls out of his hands. The bow slung over his shoulder crashes to the ground, and that is 1 removed from the field. A large hiss comes from the other 2 trees nearby. Very unhappy. Top of the order, Karnath.
Before we start, my frenzied attack will be to bash the skull on the ground as he dies.
Okay. Karnath.
I will continue to dodge and make sure there's nobody else out there.
All right. You have not seen anything else.
All right, my turn.
Your turn.
Scimitar is still alive?
Scimitar is dead. He was just killed on a charge from Havel.
Ah, all right.
Stole
Then
the kill.
I'm going to move up to one of the archers. And how far away are they?
About the closest one to you is about 20 feet.
How many are left?
How far is the farthest one?
As well as you can tell, there are 2 left.
How far?
The farthest one is somewhere in the 50-ish range, but you'd have to basically go through the other. And you probably take an attack of opportunity trying to get to the farther one.
Okay, then I'll attack the next one. Move up and attack him.
Okay.
Short sword. That is a 24.
That's a hit.
Does 6 points of damage. And then I'm going to try to knee this one and where I think a snake's testicles would be. And that would be a 22.
That's a hit.
For another 7 points of damage.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
At this point, you hear a whisper in your ear. No, you don't need to do this. You don't need to do this. Save. DC 13. Charisma.
Sounds bad.
Fish.
Yeah, natural 20. Sorry, I said that with the it off.
Yeah, you do apparently need to do this. Apparently it's not true. In fact, you do intend to do this. This is your intention. Okay. Barabash.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fall back to where Handuk is and provide him cover. Maybe he can heal me. If not, I'll take the arrow form and go back to my base form. But we're gonna just put our big bear self right in front of Handuk, between him and the archers.
All right, got it.
Why not? Let's attack the archers. Seriously, if we tie up the archers, because I could break away from this one and attack the next one the next turn.
I only have 7 HP left, and if he kills me when I'm next to him, then I'm in my base droid form in hand-to-hand combat.
All right.
Okay. Handuk.
I see. The foul venom has gotten to you too, fellow companion half-elf. I will use the mighty bosom of Maitreya to heal this terrible, terrible poison. In the name of the bosom of Maitreya, I heal you. All right, so I'm going to use my second level spell to heal his poison.
Okay. Poison goes away.
All right, I hunker down behind his large, fleshy brown mass.
You realize you're wasting all these second level spells and he's only going to get poisoned again.
Yeah, but if he loses 7 hit points a round, that's a lot.
He's a barbarian.
No, we're talking about Barabash. The half-elf.
Yeah.
The druid.
Havel is clean again. Havel, he's unpoisoned.
Yep. Now Barabash is clean.
This is my best thing I can do.
Purified. Okay. Fish. The snake man slithers around and fires 2 shots, hitting you both times. Save for.
Wait. I got a reaction. I'm
Go
going
for
to catch one of these suckers.
Okay. What do you have to do that?
It's just a reaction.
And then he rolls some sort of dice, and if he decreases the damage, I think.
Deflect missiles. No, I don't even need to do that. It's I use my reaction to deflect the missiles. I'm hit with a ranged attack. When I do so, the damage I take from the attack is reduced 1d10 plus 8. Player's Handbook, page
Wow.
78.
Love it. Okay.
Nice.
Out here reading
Now-
the book.
So, all right.
How many points do they do each?
Each
The
of
first
them.
one. The first
Each
one.
of them do 6 points.
All right.
And
Then I
then-
catch the first one and I use a key, and I'm throwing it right the hell back at him
Okay. All right.
Poison
with
him.
a 18.
It hits.
Boom,
All
get
right.
your own poison, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. So he
No.
has to save for his own poison too.
No, he's immune to the poison.
Oh,
This is basically his saliva.
all right.
He's
1d8.
throwing at you.
It does. An arrow does 1d8.
It does 7 points. 6 points. I'm sorry, and we're moving on.
Okay,
Uh,
we're not moving on. I gotta. How many points of damage do I take?
7 points on the second one.
And save. What's a DC?
13.
19.
Okay. I'm sorry. You only take 6 points. For the arrow itself. And you save for the poison. Good. All right. The other shoots at the bear. 2 shots at the bear. What's your armor class? I think that's 2 hits.
It's 11 natural.
Yep. 2 hits. So you're gonna take 12 points. Is that enough to knock you back?
Yeah, that washes me to base form.
So okay, now let's do this in sequence. How quickly does your base? How quickly do you revert? Because you got hit twice. First one is going to do 6 points of damage, plus 7 points of poison damage if you don't save.
Yeah, so I would have to save. So I have 7 HP left.
Okay, so save. Make your poison save, and let's see what happens.
It's 6.
Oh! Poison knocks you back into a druid, and the second arrow hits you in druid form for 6 points of damage, and save now as your normal half elven form. You haven't even heard the real insults yet. You've only heard marshy. It gets much worse.
All right.
And make your save for poison as a druid.
17.
You make it. Okay, you're good. But you have taken those 6 points of arrow damage. Havel.
Um,
All right, so I don't think if I can dash and use my full 35 feet of stumpy movement, I can get up to
No,
the next.
still difficult terrain.
Throw that shit at him.
So, yep. So we'll we'll move up without dashing, and I will throw a trident at the guy that Fish is attacking.
Okay.
You're the weatherman.
First time throwing a trident. Huzzah! That's a natural 20. I wish I could put my camera down.
Throw
do
it
it.
again.
All right. That's a 5 for that one.
But you hit.
But I hit. So it is 1d6 plus 3. So, rolled a 1, so it's
Okay.
4 damage.
Nice. Top of the order. Karnath. Karnath, you start to see what may be something else coming. Do a perception check. You've been very vigilant about this.
A 19 because I have no wisdom.
Okay. What you see is something different. So where these sort of had the bodies of a snake, this definitely has the head of almost like a cobra, I would say. But it is on 2 feet It is completely naked, and it is. You feel it in your mind. You can feel it in your mind. And
How far away from me is it?
it is 40 feet away from you, and
Okay.
it is walking with a nonchalant gait, as though it is just strolling into this battle. There's almost an arrogant gait to the way that it's approaching things.
I'm going to start chattering in Primordial as I lift Talacha and wait for it to come within 30 feet of me. But as my bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and drop the Hexblade Curse on it.
Okay. And good. And you are going to make a save. This is going to be a wisdom save, DC 15.
Rolled an 8. But I have +2 for proficiency because I'm a warlock, so it's a 10.
You have taken on the Crown of Madness.
Sweet.
You almost feel as if it looked you dead in the eyes, and as you connected your minds together, it lowered a crown onto your head, and suddenly you can see things from his point of view, and things he seems to make sense. The things that he thinks are true, you begin
We're
to
just
believe are
cursing each
true.
other. This seems like it's going to be a grand relationship.
Crown of Madness.
I'm pretty sure this is an awful spell.
The alderman looks at you with horrified look in his eyes, and he starts to run away.
Okay. Do I still control myself? I don't know what this spell does.
No, you cannot. So, here are the effects of Crown of Madness. Humanoid, within range, succeed a wisdom saving throw, which you did not, or become charmed for the duration, which is 1 minute. While charmed, a twisted crown of jagged iron appears on your head, and a madness glows in your eyes. The charmed target must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that it chooses.
Perfect.
If it chooses, it can allow you to act normally. If none are within your reach, you are not compelled to attack a tree. But what you are compelled to do at this point is you move towards the
It says I
back.
can choose. I just have to attack something.
Yeah, but you're now moving towards the rear guard of Handuk, Barabash, and Havel.
You're going to attack what Cobra Commander wants you to attack.
Next, Barabash.
Okay. What do I do here? If I have a hold person spell, it says choose a humanoid that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. Does that stop him from shooting arrows?
You're a bear, bro.
No, he's not a bear.
No, I'm
You're
not.
not a bear anymore?
He's back in druid form.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the range on that?
60 feet.
Yep, you're within range. You can do that on one of the archers.
I would like to do it to the further archer, the one that's further away.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So I'm going to case that.
And what's your spell? He got a 14. What's your spell DC?
My spell DC?
Yep. What does he have to get? I don't know whether yours is I'm guessing a 13 or a 14.
Where do I find that at?
Let me look. It's on your character sheet under your spells. Spells. I'm not all that
I see
familiar with
1A, 60 feet, wisdom 12, paralyzed,
spells.
duration 1 minute, concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay, see save DC right at the top. Your +2 modifier, spell attack plus
Oh,
plus
it's
4
12.
and save DC. Yeah, so he saves.
Okay. Well, all right.
Good thought. Good thought. Good thought. Fish.
All right. I'm going to stabby stab the one I'm on. 14.
14 is a hit.
Okay, I'm sorry. Bear Bash just went.
Oh,
I'm
sorry
after
about
Bear
that.
Bash.
I don't know why I thought
Sorry.
Fish was next.
Okay. So where are these creatures in relation to myself? There's the
From behind.
Cobra Commander is coming
With
up from
Karnath.
behind, and with Karnath, and then we're
No.
in melee.
Yeah,
Or
you're
no,
getting
we're getting
fired.
fired at from
You're about
range.
you're about 40 feet away from the other two that are firing.
Oh, shoot. Well, I'm gonna have to take the. I say, in the name of Matria and her blessed womb, I command you never to attack me. And I cast Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
So I can't cast it on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Until this spell ends, any creature who attacks me has to make a Wisdom saving throw
Mm-hmm.
of 13.
Mm-hmm. Fish.
Okay, that's it.
That's good. Fish.
No, isn't Havel before me?
No, we're gonna.
It's
It's
the
you.
monsters now, right?
Havel goes next, and then you go, and then the monsters go, and then Havel brings it up.
All right. Does my 14 still hit, or do you want me to roll again?
No, 14 hits.
So that would be 10 points of damage.
Okay,
Is he still standing?
he is still standing.
All right. Then I'm going to give him a swift elbow with a 17.
That's a hit.
And I do 5 points of damage. And I hope I break his fang.
No, you don't. But it lands.
And that's it.
Okay. Okay. Shots fire out. Well, first you are going to take 2 shots. Oh.
He's shooting into combat.
Yeah, he's able to do it. He's got a slithery style that he can. He's able to fire off these short bows throughout his slithery style.
He's got a feet, guys.
Okay. That is a 22 and a 16. Neither of those are criticals, but you are taking 6 points on each one of those hits.
No, 16 doesn't hit.
16 doesn't hit? Okay, good.
Nope.
All right, 22.
Then I'm going to react.
Mm-hmm.
And the 22, how many points of damage does it do?
6 points.
Nope, 11. Nope.
Okay.
I catch it out of the air and just snap it and let it fall.
Powerful. Monks. All right. The other is going to fire at Bear Abash.
I see what you did.
I think that's what Shane did. A 20 and a 17. That's 2 hits. Oh! Bear Abash is hit twice. 12 points of damage and 2 saves versus poison. Wait,
All right, here's the.
you weren't poisoned, right?
No, I'm no longer poisoned.
Okay.
Right?
I agree.
Okay.
Save.
So do I have to save again?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that one is a 9.
You're poisoned. Oh,
So
7
do I
points.
take? So how much is that total?
You're going to take 12 points of arrow damage and 7 points of poison damage, but that 7 points is going to happen every turn.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, man down. Man. Half a man down. Oh.
I'm gonna look
who's
up.
next?
I'm gonna look up at Hand Duke as I'm injured, and I'm gonna say
right.
maybe I should have took a day oath.
Okay. The Cobra Commander, as you all are calling him, continues to walk forward. He motions that Carnath should move forward ahead of him, but he now looks at. Oh gosh, he's moving forward, and he is going to look at. Handuk, of course he would. Why wouldn't he? Handuk is in the back and the healer. Handuk is going to take. Now, does he need to save even if he's taking a spell against you?
Yep.
Yep, I agree. That's good.
Attack or a harmful spell.
15. So he is that is successful, right?
Yep.
All right. Mind Fangs. He hits you with the very power of his mind. And does 16 points of psychic damage.
Yeah.
Oh. There's no save for it. It's really tough.
Oh. Bad.
And now it's me. What do I do? On
Mind Fang. All right, Carnath, it's your turn.
so what does he make me do?
Oh, wait. Havel. He's going to make you do your thing when it's your turn. Havel, It's your turn.
I thought he went first. My bad.
All right, so I am completely lost in the blood rage frenzy and focusing straight on the snake man. I threw a trident net that Fish is currently fighting, so I will waddle up there and give him a whack. Should be close enough, I hope. With my reckless frenzy business.
Yeah, you're close enough this time. You're finally up in the mix.
Yeah. So 15 to hit there.
It's a hit.
That's a hit. We got 15 points of damage. Max damage.
Very good.
And if
He's
he's not
still
dead,
alive.
we'll bonus action attack him again for a 23. And 9 points of damage on that one.
24. He's very hurt. He's very, very hurt. The two of you are putting it on him. Carnath, you are compelled to go and attack Handuk, who's not only the closest, but also the biggest threat.
Okay, so I'll go do that.
Okay, it is a melee attack.
I get a 21 to hit.
Yeah, you gotta make a wisdom save in order to be able to do this. This is a battle of wills.
15.
Okay, you save. You may attack.
And then I got a 21 to hit.
Oh. And Duke.
I do 6 damage to him.
Oof.
And now I get to save against him because my turn's done, right?
This is a bad first impression.
It's tough.
We needed a couple more party members, maybe.
with friends like these. With friends like these. Do you?
I got a 15 on my.
Yeah, you get a wisdom saving throw.
I got a 15 again.
And his spell DC is what? Let me go back. 13. So that you are okay. You
Free
save.
next turn.
Yep, you're free. Yes. Okay. Who's next? Who's after Carnath?
Fish.
Fish.
Come on, Superfish. We need you.
All right.
Pesky old fish.
So the one I'm on is still alive.
Yep.
All right. I'm shanking him. And that's a 10.
Okay, that's a miss.
All right. And then I'm going to kick him right in the gut. And a natural 20.
There it is. The kick is all about the kick. Everybody knows when you're fighting a snake. It's all about the kick.
No. All right. 8 plus 4. 14 points.
Dead! Somehow 8 and 4 come up to 14. And that's monk math. Everybody's dead!
No.
Oh. But what you notice about this one is instead of being absolutely dead, he reverts into a green snake and slithers away quickly.
Sorry, it wasn't 14. It was 12. Is he still dead?
Yes, he is still dead.
All right.
I was accounting for monk math. Okay, slithers away. Removed from the field of battle. There is one other. It is Barabash's turn. Barabash, you roll for stabilization for your death save. Roll a d20. You need a 10 or better to stabilize.
All right, let's do it. It's a 1.
No, 2 fails.
You're bleeding out. So 2 more of those and it's trouble. Handuk.
I always knew it would be like this.
You gotta stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. You've chased too many, maybe one too many waterfalls. Handuk! On mute!
All right. And okay, situation is Cobra Commander and Cardath are walking towards me.
I'm right on top of you, bro.
He's actually physically attacking me.
Yep.
I have Sanctuary, so
Mm-hmm.
But my crown is gone. I don't look crazy anymore.
oh, really? Okay. So I don't have to. Okay. So I'm gonna kneel down by the side of this poor half elf who's been beaten so badly.
Mm-hmm.
I reach down
Mm-hmm.
and I perform a medicine check, which I believe automatically. Yeah, I got an 18.
Yep, you're good. You get
To
Barabash
stabilize
fully
Barabash.
stabilized back to 1 hit point.
Okay. Oh shit! Oh, I just closed D&D Beyond. All right, and then I got a bonus action. I'm going to use. Give me a second. I just shut down D&D Beyond or whatever.
Just improvise, and we'll figure it out.
And it does 1d8. Oh, look at that! I'm in there already. That's how this thing is awesome, man.
Mhm.
All right. Uh-huh. And let's see. Let's cast that spell. Got 1 hit point. I only have 1 hit point, by the way, and I'm using my 1 bonus action healing word on Barabash.
All right. Now
Or
let's
myself. Who should I do it? Who should I do it, man?
remember.
Fish is up close. I don't know what Fish is.
Barabash, I believe, is still poisoned.
I have to heal myself.
But that doesn't take it away.
No, it does not.
6. I healed myself 6 points.
6 points.
And okay,
Okay.
so I did. That's a bonus action. That's the
Barabash
way
is
up.
gonna have a rough time of it. You're gonna fade in and out.
No, here's a question for you though.
Sure.
I have one more wild shape left. Does wild shape, does that metamorphosis if I get to my turn and I can check in?
I think we're gonna give you I like it. I love it, and we're gonna say yes, and I'll figure out whether it's legal later.
All right. We'll see if we get there.
I do like it. I think it's a great tactic. I love the idea. So let's say yes on that.
All right.
It is. Handuk, is that your turn? All right. Moving on. There is one archer and one. We're gonna call him. Well, you call him the Cobra Commander. We'll stick with that. What they call him is the Whisperer.
Mm.
The Whisperer is going to walk up to the group of you, Karnath, Barabash, Handuk, and he is going to cast Poison Spray. He's going to spray you all with poison. Constitution save.
Is that an area of effect spell?
It is an area of effect spell.
So that means my sanctuary doesn't protect me from that.
That is
I
correct.
got a 3.
That is not gonna make it work.
Constitution. Here we go. 18, 19.
There you go. Okay, let me see if it's a half damage or whether it's. Nope. This is just this straight up save, so you are good. Barabash, make your save.
20?
That will save.
No. I'm sorry. I was asking D20.
D20, yes.
Yeah, all right. So it is a 9.
Not gonna do it.
All right.
The different type of poison, which is the worst type when you're already poisoned, and you are going to take 6 points of damage. Karnath, you are going to also take 6 points of damage.
Rude. My temporary hit points are gone.
Oh, your
Karnath
temporary
took
hit
damage.
points.
He's no longer charmed, right?
Or now we're going to do some shit to this boy.
No, he broke the charm last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go, Karnath.
Now we're going to do some shit.
All right, now he's not done though. I really know you're ready for him. Let's see, what else does he do? Okay, he is going to come and make a bite and claw attack on. Well, he's gonna. I mean, listen, he feels compelled to attack the healer, even though something is off with that. And he needs to make a 13, right? And that's what is that? Wisdom?
Yeah, he needs to make a wisdom 13.
Yeah, he failed with the 1. Is that to even target you, or is that for each attack?
That's for each attack, yeah.
Okay, so he succeeds on the second claw and succeeds on the bite. So let's see.
Now he can, if he
Oh, natural 20 on the bite.
The creature can choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. So he can attack like somebody else instead.
Yeah, he's focused on you, man.
Okay.
He's very focused on you. The bite is a 12 points with the bite and save versus poison.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Are you down?
All right. No, yeah, I'm down.
All right. Healer
Constitution
down.
save.
Healer down. Constitution save, yeah. 13.
21.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Yeah, that's good. That's
I'm
what you
still
needed.
down though.
You're down.
Oh.
Okay. Dicey. Karnath, your turn.
Okay,
No,
I'm gonna-
Havel, your turn.
Yes,
Bottom
I
of the
still
order.
need to get that guy. Can I get
The
to the next
anchor.
archer?
He's 20 feet away, so I know you can move.
Yep. So I'll dash to get with my 35, and
Yep.
I'll bonus action attack him.
Yep.
Did Fish run up to that guy? Where's Fish?
No, he's not up there.
Ha! Beat
He
an elf in
finished.
a race. And I'll attack him. That is a 17.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. I'll roll some damage for 11 points of damage.
Okay,
And that is it for me. Give him a wallop.
got it. Top of the order, Karnath.
Here we go. All right.
Finally entering the battle.
So my bonus action, he's already Hexblade cursed, so now I'm going to cast the spell Hex on him and give him.
Now, is the Hexblade curse, is that a concentration?
No, it doesn't require concentration at all. It's
All right,
just
there you go. Okay, good.
now I'm giving him. It's a concentration hex spell,
Mhm.
but I'm also giving him disadvantage on wisdom as part of the hex.
Mhm.
So he can't kill our cleric anymore. That seems rude for him. And then I'm going to attack him. And I roll a 19, and I crit on 19s or 20s because he's Hexblade cursed. So do I roll again still with your rule, or do I just proceed?
No. It's only on 20s.
Okay.
Proceed.
So I crit him. So I do 7, 13, plus 6, plus, all right, so 7, 13, 6 is 19, plus 2d6 is 8. So I do 27 damage to him.
Oh, that's significant.
And then I'm going to just growl at him, Talacha hungers.
Okay. Good. Next. Who's still standing? Fish.
All right. So, I guess I'm going to run up to the other archer.
Okay.
I'm going to shank him.
Yeah, you can get to him easily.
All right. That would be a 14. 14 hits.
That 14 hits, yes. Sorry.
What's their AC?
His AC is 12.
All right. That would be 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to just try to kick him in his chops.
All right.
All right. And that would be a 14.
It's a hit.
For another 5 points of damage.
Okay.
All right. And that's it.
All right. Barabash, are you still standing?
I am dead.
Okay, you're down. Do your stabilization roll. D20.
All right. And it is a 3.
Oh, 2 more of those and you're in real trouble.
Wait, I already
Ha-
stabilized in the last round.
Yeah, but he went down again since then.
That's
A poison spray. Okay, Handuk, stabilize. We can't see your hand, but I like the move. Roll for your stabilization.
Where do I roll?
Just
Is
roll.
there a way to just roll like a d20 somehow?
Just roll your dice.
I don't
know you
have a dice. I'm just using the computer.
Yeah, if you
Oh.
click on the bottom left, there's like a dice thing.
Oh, okay.
Not hearing nearly enough real dice hit the tables. Something satisfying about the feel of dice.
I could get the
Okay,
real
here
dice
it
out
goes.
for you,
Sound.
Jason.
10.
10, you stabilize. You need 2 more of those though.
Okay.
And you're back conscious. Okay. It is.
Yeah, because on the character sheet, there's a whole thing for the death saves and everything.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Suggestion. He looks deep into your eyes, Karnath, and he says, "You're on the wrong side." Save. Wisdom 13.
7.
You're on the wrong side.
Sorry, guys.
After being attacked by him once, doesn't he have advantage?
It's a different. I don't know that he has been attacked by him. I mean, he's in a compromised state because he had the crown of madness. He's now had some area of effect, but he's compromised, and he's not entirely sure that he's not on the wrong side. Clearly, based on that roll.
Watches, you know.
Okay, so
All
he
right,
says, "Just protect me. This is okay." Protect me. All right. The archer, the squirrely, slithering archer takes 2 shots at Havel.
Doesn't that
2 misses.
provoke opportunity attack?
No, they're able to avoid that. Havel, 2 misses. Thump, thump. They just flitter past you into the ferns behind you. All right, Havel, it is your turn.
It's me missing me with arrows. Range is a coward's weapon. 2 strikes with the warhammer, right to the belly. The first one is a 13.
That's a hit.
All right, perfect. For 7 points of damage, and the bonus action one is a natural 1.
Roll again.
So that's fun. And I
Not
rolled a
bad.
9 on that. But then with my advantage roll, we'll re-roll it right into another natural 1. So I'll roll it again. See if I get another one, a third one. In a
Oh
row.
no! Once you fumble, your turn is done. No more attacks.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting that just came out now. Okay,
Yeah.
then I'm done.
Yeah, fumble in any of your attacks ends your turn. Just think of it as dropping your warhammer. All right.
My warhammer must be covered in grease then, because I've dropped it 3 times.
Tough times. Karnath.
Okay, so who's close to me?
Well, you've been suggested to protect.
Yeah, so I'm protecting this dude who's close to him.
Just Handuk and Bearbash are laying on the ground, unconscious. So off in the distance, 60 feet away, you have Havel and you have
So
Fish.
I'm going to walk and then Misty
You're gonna-
to Havel.
No, you're not being told to attack anyone. But
Oh,
what you are gonna do is just stay in front of the commander as he walks forward towards them. And he's very casual the way that he walks on 2 legs towards them. All right. So
Right, and I guess I take dodge actions and protect him.
you're his tank.
Yeah.
All right. Next,
Save now or no?
Fish.
All right. The archer, I'm gonna try to stab him in his ribs
Mm-hmm.
with a 14.
That's a hit.
5 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna give him a nice left hook. Ooh, miss 10.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Okay. And now Barbash, stabilize.
All right, trying to stabilize. I can see the light. It was a 7.
Yeah, you can see the light. You're starting to see the light. You're 1 round from going into the light.
Yep.
Handuk. Stabilize. You're on mute. Mute.
Roll a 7 failure.
Oh, okay.
But I'm 1 for
You're
1
1
now.
and 1. Yep, you're 1 and 1. All right, we now move to the let's do the guy in hand to hand first. He's going to attack twice. A 21 and a miss. 21 hits you, right, Havel? Yep. Okay.
Yep.
And he's going to do 6 points and save versus poison.
So that's a less than 10, but an advantage because I'm a dwarf. For a 24.
Okay, you saved. Poison seems to be. You seem to be the one person who is unaffected by these things.
Except for the first time.
Except for the first time. Okay. And the leader moseys up with his bodyguard. He walks up and he does Eldridge Blast. And he hits let's see, he's got to roll to hit, right? He's going after Havel for a 21. That's a hit, right? That's a hit on you. That's Eldridge Blast, which does 5 points of force damage. Yep, 5 points of force damage, and he walks forward with bodyguard in tow or in front. Havel, it's your turn.
Is anyone besides the archer engaged with me?
No.
All right. Well, we're gonna be really annoyed at the light brushing on my back and attack the archer twice. No, excuse me. I have to pick up my warhammer, so once with a bonus action there, and that is only a 10 to hit. And I will roll again if I have to with advantage.
It doesn't hit.
All right, I'll roll again. That's a 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
There we go. And only do 7 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he's getting there, but this one seems to. You guys aren't doing. Maybe you were pulling out heavier hits, but this guy, you're nickel and diming him right now, so he's not going down nearly as fast. And it's nothing special about him. It's just that 5 points here and 7 points there is not quite the same.
If I could roll higher than a 1 and a 2 each time,
yeah,
it would be better.
Yeah. Karnath, your turn.
Do I get to do anything?
I mean, you advance. None of these guys are attacking him.
To protect this dude.
He gets no save.
I don't think I do if this is.
Yeah, I don't think you do with.
Somebody has to hurt me, otherwise I don't do shit.
Yeah, I don't know that you
What's
do
the
get
spell?
a suggestion. If anything damages you, the spell ends. But I don't think you get another save.
No, I'm this guy's best buddy for a while.
Yep. Protect him until you take damage. Okay, moving on. We are at Fish.
All right, I'm going to nickel and dime him. Slash him. 17, that's a hit. For 9 points of damage. That's a dime. And then I'm gonna smack him with my left hand. That's a 24. That's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
For 8 points of damage, another dime. And that's it.
That's it. Slow going. Barabash. All of the marbles.
What happens if I don't get it?
We'll get there. Roll ahead. Roll. Go ahead and roll.
One last gasp. I roll a 14.
Oh, okay. You're on your comeback trail. Whichever one gets to, I think it's whichever one gets the 3 first, right? Is that how it works,
Yeah.
Rob? Yeah, so you're at 2 no's and 1 yes. So you need to, your next 2 rolls have to be above a 10.
Death better not blow a 2-1 lead.
Death Curry coming at you. Death Curry. All right, Handuk. You're on mute.
Okay, I'm going to roll it up. All right, here we are. An 18.
Okay,
so
you're
that's a success.
2 to 1. You're 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
Yep.
All right, next.
We are at. It is their turn, right? Yeah, it is their attack. They now walk into range, and let's do the slithery, slippery archer. Oh, 1 hit. 1 hit on Havel. That is 6 points and save versus poison.
All right. Dwarven Constitution. That is a 19 to save.
Okay.
Poison for me.
This is very good. This that famous Dwarven Constitution. You build this stuff up underground, stuck underground, trapped above and below, with all sorts of strange lichen and phosphorescent things growing, and fungi and bat guano, and you've got a good constitution because of that hard living underground. And
It's all beer.
all beer. But now you hear in your mind something just whispers and says, "You're on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side." Okay. Now I want in your mind's eye, this is for Fish and Havel. You start to see the greens and the yellows and the deeper greens and the darker greens all become more vivid, and the yellows and the slight hint of browns start to swirl around within the depths of the green, the deeper green, the lighter green, the light, the mottled light coming through the canopy all starts to swirl around in a pattern, and it starts to make sense to you. And make a save right now, because everything is starting to make sense and tell inside of your brain everything you've been doing, charging forward, always barreling into conflict, always fighting with your hands and fists, has all been a lie. There's a deeper level. There are deeper things at play. You've been missing them, and finally you can see them and make a save, or finally see the deeper and different levels of existence that you've always missed before. DC 13 wisdom save.
I see the light. I rolled a 7. Sounds good to me.
No, I didn't make it.
Everything you've been taught has been a lie, and you are now bathed in enlightenment.
This went well.
Cardath, you have to make a save as well.
What kind of save? Don't I
Same-
already love this dude?
Same thing. You are in the blast area, and you see this pattern of colors.
What? Oh, is it wisdom or charisma?
It's wisdom.
So I've rolled a 1.
Okay. We are gonna stop. No, we're not gonna stop there. Actually, we have one thing we have
It's
to
a cliffhanger.
one thing we have to do. Barabash, stabilize.
All right. What do I need? What's the mark?
10.
10. Okay. 10 or higher.
Yep.
Oof. 9.
No.
And on that note, come back next week to find out what happens to the group. Come back next week. Thank you, everyone.
I'll be real angry at this dude.
Thanks, man.
Good job, guys. Welcome to the party, Handuk and Fish.
Congrats, you died the first day. It was great.
For now.
I always want to make a cleric for one day.
It's a 64 years. You step into the forest one time. Boom. Done. By the way, I'm sorry, Handuk, you get another stabilization.
We do that when we come back, though, right?
Nah, let's do
You
it.
get one
Do it
more.
now? Okay, here. I got Okay, I'm just gonna go through them, right? All right, here we go. Yes, that's 3.
That's 3.
I success. I had
Okay.
success. Yeah.
So Henduk's gonna wake up in the forest by himself.
Yeah, I think.
By
I
any
think
chance, any like resurrection spells, my body will be there.
the two of you are gonna wake up alone. The other 3 are gonna be led somewhere, and we will
Alright.
pick this up next week.
Oh man! All right, so I'm excited. Awesome. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you guys.
Sorry for chopping you, Henduk.
No, it happens, man.
See,
He takes pride. Usually, I do it on purpose and take the party member out.
Oh well, I didn't know that, but
Yeah, I electrocuted him.
let me do one last thing before we
and
go.
I took out the bard.
I wanna just give a couple of shout outs to a couple of our contributors. We had a musician from one of our really talented people in the Paul Green Rock Academy gave us this. This is the original, but you guys heard it in camp, and he did a cover of this song. Let's play it. R.I.P. Lemmy, R.I.P. the party. Shout out to Justice, who provided us some music. We're having one of the things I'm excited about is having various musicians who are going to be. Some of them are very famous, billions of followers who have agreed to either produce music for you guys or allow us to use music that I think really fits into this. And earlier, you heard it in the campfire in the background. That was Justice doing a cover of Lemmy Kilmister from the legendary Motorhead sing I Ain't No Nice Guy. Alright. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week.